Welcome back. That was the U.S. Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights, Harmeet Dhillon. The Assistant Attorney General has warned all 50 states they face federal criminal liability if they knowingly let illegal aliens vote or stay on their voter rolls. And now the Justice Department is deploying election monitors for the primaries across 6 states. This is as the Assistant AG is working hard to refocus the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division back to actual civil rights and not politicized fights like it was under Joe Biden. Joining us now, look who's here. Assistant U.S. Attorney General Harmeet Dhillon. Attorney General, thank you so much for joining us tonight. What more can you tell us about this? What are you seeing when it comes to cleaning up the voter rolls?
Well, thank you for asking, Liz, and for having me back. It's a pleasure. So we have first gone after the voter rolls in all 50 states to help these states comply with their obligations under federal voting laws. About a third of the states have cooperated with us. We've looked at their voter rolls, and we found hundreds of thousands of dead people on the voter rolls and tens of thousands of non-citizens on the voter rolls, which are now being investigated further to see, first of all, to double check that they are or not, maybe they became a citizen, and secondly, if they voted. And so that's where you're seeing suddenly a number of criminal prosecutions of non-citizen voting, a crime that was very rarely prosecuted in the past for various reasons. So we are definitely doing that in the DOJ. And because that problem exists, we've warned all 50 states and the District of Columbia that there's a separate federal criminal penalty. That is, if you're an election official and you're allowing this to happen knowingly in your jurisdiction, you could be subject to criminal liability under the Help America Vote Act or the National Voter Registration Act. I hope that doesn't happen, but I think everyone needs to know a new sheriff is in town, and we are enforcing all of our federal voting rights laws, which did not happen in the past necessarily.
So you guys are ready to bring action. I mean, so
yes.
how many states are pushing back and not giving their voter rolls? Because we're seeing things like FEMA warning all 50 states they're going to lose millions, tens of millions of dollars in federal terror grant money if they don't comply. Also, the U.S. Postal Service, they're not going to deliver mail-in ballots in states that don't provide the voter rolls. So how many states are not turning over their voter rolls?
We're in litigation with 30 states, and we've already gone up to the Court of Appeals in 2 states, briefed an appeal in a third. We are, hoping for some victories at the appellate level. So far, judges are giving different reasons why these states don't have to comply, as technical as, for example, the contrived reason that the voter roll isn't a voter record, it's a series of voter records. I mean, that kind of doesn't make sense at some point in time. Each of these secretaries of state has to push a button and compile a list of all the voters in the state, and that's how we get people to vote or not vote in a state. So we're going to pursue this all the way up to the Supreme Court and ensure that these states, which frankly, red or blue, are not doing a great job of keeping their voter rolls clean, that we help them, because ultimately the goal is not to punish people. It's just to get a clean election that everyone can believe in.
Yeah, to stop the cynicism in this country. Thank you so much, U.S. Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dhillon for Civil Rights. So much. We appreciate you coming on the show. We'll stay on the story. Thank you again. Now.